Well, this is a Mexican dish actually from Oaxaca in Mexico, and I really like it because it's a very fresh beef taco using steak. And this is actually not a prime cutter steak, it's blade steak. And you can use topside as well for this, so it's a bit cheaper. The thing about slightly tougher cuts of meat is that if you slice them nice and thinly, you don't actually notice that the meat's a bit tough. And the great thing about blade or topside is the flavour is really good. Now I quite like steak that's got a good flavour and is a little bit tough, and as I said, when it's thin like this, it's lovely. Now this dish is just simply grilled steak and grilled spring onions put into a tortilla with two sauces of guacamole, which I'm going to make shortly, and a salsa roja, which is a red chili sauce, which I've made already, tomato and red chili. So the good thing about a piece of steak like this is very quick to cook. Let's have a look. It's beginning to colour up nicely already, as are my onions. But the onions, they do need to be nice and sort of almost black on the outside, but on the inside they're perhaps almost raw, and that goes really well in the finished taco. So I'm just turning my steaks over that. A little bit about this barbecue. I don't know whether you noticed, but it's right a lovely shade of pale blue, chosen by my wife Sass, I have to say. When we went to the barbecue shop and she said I want that one, I just thought, well, this is a bit girly, but it's turned out really good. The only problem is that when I first bought it, I was so pleased with it. I lit all the burners, I shut the lid, I went away and I forgot about it. And now all the knobs are melted. So the only way I can get to actually fire it up is just to turn the whole thing on from the bottle and go at it with a blowtorch. But apart from that, I have to say, Aussie barbecues are something special, and this is like about 12 years old and built like a battleship. These days they're all made of pressed tin, but this is really good. So, just about ready to go with that. Still be a bit rare in the middle. And when I put this in the taco, I'm going to actually slice it up quite thinly, so you'll never know. A bit more of my salt and pepper mix. This is sort of black pepper and chipotle Mexican, and a few other peppers. And then some of my now nice and blackened spring onions. There we go. Job done. Right, well, I've got my beef nicely grilled and rare and done my spring onions. So now I'm just making guacamole, and I've got rather an impressive mortar and pestle. I found it down in the basement. But in my guac, I just have avocados, these are off our tree, spring onions, red chilies, coriander, and lime juice, and quite a lot of salt and a bit of pepper. Actually, I've got a bit of chipotle chili in that pepper mix as well. And I don't like a smooth guacamole, I like it a bit lumpy. So I'm just going to mash it around a bit, but that will be fine for me. Now I've also made this salsa roja, and I was just grilling some tomatoes to show how they do it in Mexico. And that's just made with onions, garlic, tomatoes, and red jalapeno chilies. Okay, and now we serve up. I mean, I've got here some corn tortillas in my nice little corn tortilla pack. I just microwave them for about a minute and they're nice and warm. And this is what you do. First of all, obviously we've got to chop some of this beef up into slices so we can get it into the tortilla, like that. And when I had this, I mean, gosh, it was the market, the November the 20th market in Oaxaca. It's so theatrical, so full of smoke and steam and lively people. And actually, the onions just look like this. Now, you may say they're a little bit on the black side, but they don't half add to the taste. A bit more salt and pepper mix over there. And now I just make up a modest tortilla just for me. First of all, some of the meat, like that. Still nice and warm. Then a few spring onions. Then some guac, like that. And finally, some salsa roja. And that's all you need. Well, is it all you need? That is all you need.